Moving to Washington, President Trump canceling his meeting with North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un after the rogue regime displayed, quote, open hostility. Yesterday, the president and then House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi weighed in on the scrapped summit. Listen to this.
Based on the recent statement of North Korea, I have decided to terminate the planned summit in Singapore on June 12th. While many things can happen and a great opportunity lies ahead potentially, I believe that this is a tremendous setback for North Korea and indeed a setback for the world.
He's the big winner. And when he got this letter from the president saying, okay, never mind, he must be having a giggle fit right there now in North Korea.
Congressman Markwayne Mullin is here. North Korea responded in a statement saying it is still willing to give the U.S. time and opportunities to reconsider. Congressman, great to see you. Why is Nancy Pelosi making such light of this? This is very serious stuff for us, our allies, and the world, and she's trying to make political hay out of it.
Look, Nancy Pelosi is so out of touch with American people. You saw how well Nancy and Barack Obama and John Kerry negotiated the Iran deal. It was awful. And what you saw was the president, you know, he's a great negotiator, but he showed great wisdom by willing to walk away, too. You know, it needs to be a mutual respect when we come to the table like this. They can't be chanting death to America or calling our vice president, you know, a political clown and threatening to either meet with us or use nuclear tactics. That's... You know, that isn't showing respect for a country that's trying to help them. It's not that we need this, they need us more than we need them.
But again, based on that Nancy Pelosi statement, and some Democrats are trying to portray the president as being rash and erratic, and
right.
And it's because the regime took a verbal shot at the vice president. But in fact, the United States went to Singapore as an advance team ahead of this meeting, and their North Korean counterparts didn't show up based on reporting by Fox News. So there was a real reason. Plus, it seemed like that based on the messaging coming out of North Korea, that they would not agree to complete disarmament, complete denuclearization. Particularly at the speed that President Trump wanted.
Look, if you look at the similarities between Iran and North Korea was using the same tactics that Iran was using, and I don't believe Iran or North Korea and Kim Jong-un's regime thought that we would walk away. Because we didn't with Iran, but they're dealing with a different president now. They're dealing with a president that comes from a point of strength. And like I said, he used great wisdom being able to walk away. It was just, what, 2 days ago that literally that Kim Jong-un's regime said that either we'll meet in Singapore or we'll meet on a nuclear test. That's why the president said that, hey, we have great power and in our nuclear capabilities. I think that was shooting a warning shot towards them, saying we're not going to deal with this. This is a different time. You're not dealing with John Kerry and Barack Obama this time. You're dealing with President Trump and his administration.
Congressman Lindsey Bell here. So what is the next steps? How do we proceed from here? You know, North Korea has really given up some of their key bargaining chips. They gave us back the 3 detainees that they held. This week we saw them dismantle a nuclear test site. What's the next move, and who makes it?
We're not looking for bargaining chips here. We're looking to normalize relationships with North Korea. You know, we thank them for bringing back the prisoners and allowing us to reunite them with the families. But what we're coming from is, hey guys, we don't need to be fighting back and forth. Let's end this conflict that's been going on for over 70 years, and let's start having a conversation. So the next step is, let's make sure that we're coming from a mutual respect. We have a respect for Kim Jong-un. I respect him for even being able to go this far. Look, his grandfather and his father wasn't willing to do this. He is. But it doesn't surprise me that he's walking away at this point. It's very difficult for him to really tear down this utopia that his grandfather and his father built and open it up to the world. There's a slight bit of embarrassment there, but Kim Jong-un also wants to be shown as a leader, as a world leader. And the only way he's going to be able to do that is if he starts stepping outside his comfort zone and normalizing relationships with other countries around the world.
Right. The Wall Street Journal editorial page is characterizing the decision to cancel the meeting as dodging a Korean summit failure. Because, again, we don't want to make the same mistake that the previous administration made with that Iran deal. But meantime, on Capitol Hill, the House passed a massive $717 billion defense policy bill that includes a pay raise for the military and new fighter jets. Yesterday, President Trump signed a bipartisan bill easing banking regulations passed in response to the 2008 financial crisis. Listen to this, Congressman.
This is truly a great day for America, and a great day for American workers and small businesses all throughout the nation. The legislation I'm signing today rolls back the crippling Dodd-Frank regulations that are crushing community banks and credit unions nationwide. They were in such trouble.
Congressman, your thoughts on the legislative agenda in Congress this week, and particularly heading up to the midterms?
We are moving on the right track. We're truly putting America first and making it great. This Dodd-Frank rollback for community banks, look, I have a third of the state, and all of it is rural. Community banks are a vital part of it, and they were being crushed underneath Dodd-Frank. These small community banks were being treated like Wells Fargo and other large banks. What we did yesterday set us back to be able to allow rural America to continue to grow, our communities to grow, housing to continue to be developed. And when you start talking about the NDAA that we signed yesterday, we gave the largest pay raise to our men and women in uniform in 9 years. And plus, we did a plus up to policies that were absolutely devastating our men and women in uniform in the military that the Obama regime put in place. What we're done here is we're reinvesting in America.
Congressman, great to see you. Markwayne Mullin, take care.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Be well.